Welcome, fellow seekers of challenge and triumph, to the SufferSooner podcast. Join us on a journey where ordinary souls embark on extraordinary endeavors. From the relentless grind of gravel to the punishing gauntlet that is triathlon, we've tasted our fair share of suffering. So fellow endurance warriors, let's lace up our shoes, strap on our goggles, and dive headfirst into the challenge, knowing that with every step, stroke, and pedal forward, we grow stronger together.
All right, guys, welcome to episode 77. We're going to do our 2026 race preview. What races we doing, Danny?
Yeah, I don't know. We
spent so long trying to figure out if we were going to do Unbound that we haven't really thought about anything else. So.
I know. It's like hemming and hawing and wringing our hands and whining and bitching and moaning and all that just to sign up anyway. And then now it's like, well, okay, now what?
Yeah, now what? So
what's funny about it is it's actually not that hard to think about the rest of the season.
No, definitely not.
It's like once you make the decision on a 200-mile race, like, well, I can pretty much do anything after that.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, well, once I get through that, I'm pretty much geared for anything else that can, that this race season can throw at me for sure.
Yeah. So, but I mean, we've got some staples in here that we know we're going to do, and maybe a couple of surprise races or events that we're thinking about going to. So we've noticed on social media that there's a lot of folks that are starting to put their 2026 plans out there. You got Lifetime that's announced their
calendar.
Pros, which, by the way, that's controversial, isn't it?
Oh my God. Yeah. Don't get me started.
Yeah. I mean, one of your favorites isn't even on the list anymore.
I know.
And it's like, so now what? So
is this not even going to watch.
Is this the end of Lifetime?
No.
Anyway, that's not what this episode is about.
We'll talk about that kind of stuff later when we get deep and dark into the pain cave and we have time to think about it, and we're putting in those long miles in the dark, dusty
for sure
basements.
Yeah. So let's just dive in. Like, let's talk first about kind of how the season breaks up. Like, how do we approach looking ahead to next year? At least for me personally, like I
think your season and my season are going to look just a little bit different this year.
They will.
So I they kind of diverged a little bit last year towards the end, and I think we're going to see a little bit more divergence
earlier in the year.
And if I can get some stuff to shake out.
Yeah. So I mean, I've always tried to sort of take the year and chunk it up into. You got kind of that early season where we typically would do like a running event, and then the early gravel season, and then there's sort of the late gravel season, and then there's the summer, and then the fall.
Yeah,
I don't know how many that is, but it's like 4 or 5 different sort of categories in the way I break it up. And I think last year when we had the Gravel Cup being introduced, it really helped plan the season out. Like pretty much you were told what you're racing if you're going to do that event.
Yeah, so basically if you signed up for the Gravel Cup, you're like committed for 5 months,
right?
From the beginning of April to the end or to the beginning of September.
Yeah. So maybe let's just dive in.
We're going to break it up into like what is our A main events that we're definitely going to go to.
Right.
Then we're going to say what is our B type events that we might go to if
pretty
we
sure
can.
We are.
We're pretty sure, we just haven't laid out all the groundwork.
Yep.
And then the C events are basically like if the stars align and everything comes together, it might happen, but don't hold your breath. Especially if you're looking to see one of us there.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. So let's get when does your season start for events? What are you thinking of?
So my season, I have Mesa Marathon.
Yeah.
Which is always it's going to be my B event. Basically, like it's if I can get everything to align, I will definitely do it. It's a nice break to the winter. It keeps me running. I'm doing a lot of running training with my athletes and stuff, so I might as well just carry that running fitness through.
So I'm curious how much of your training is, since you're doing the running, and again, since you're coaching and you're running with athletes, it's a great way to take advantage of the fitness. How much of your bike training is going to get sacrificed, do you think?
Oh, not at all, because I'm only going to run the half marathon.
Oh, okay. So
I'm not doing the full marathon. No.
I hear Mesa Marathon.
I know. That's the name of the event. I'm doing the half marathon.
Just kind of in that vein, since you're still chasing the runner's high.
Still haven't found it yet.
I saw I got a text from a friend earlier that somebody they know is doing the 7 marathons in 7 continents in 7 days.
Oh, nice.
Challenge. They got picked as one of the 60 United States participants.
That's freaking amazing.
Yeah. And I'm thinking that runner's high must be out of this world.
Yeah.
For you to be crazy enough to do something like that.
Yeah. So, no, thank you.
So you're not going to be training for the 7 continents.
No.
But we've done this event historically. 4 years now? 3 or 4 years?
Yeah.
Either the full or the half. And this is the first year I don't actually have it on my calendar, like not even as listed. And it's not because I don't want to. If you're thinking of Arizona in February, or you're even contemplating something like this, absolutely go do it. You should. It's a phenomenal event. The only reason it's not on my list right now is I felt like the run training got in the way. That's why I asked you, because the run training has kind of gotten in the way of my bike training. Yeah. Because it just wears you down. I mean, if you're training for a full marathon or even the half, if you want to try to PR a half, which is what the goal was last year, my bike fitness didn't really get started. I didn't start on pure bike fitness until mid-February. And it just felt like I was starting from behind throughout the whole season. So I decided to back off the run this year. Doesn't mean I won't run in the off season. I probably will, especially if it's a nice day and you guys are out running. I might join you guys, but yeah, probably not going to see a lot of me on the run.
And the one thing, and we'll get to this probably in a different episode, but I've really structured my year this year to focus on A, B, and C events. And truly one of my goals for this year is to be disciplined. Yeah. It's basically in my goals, be disciplined. Right. Have a strategy, have a pace or a power target or anything else, heart rate target.
Until the bib gets pinned on.
Nope. And even when the bib comes on.
You heard it. You heard it, folks.
Yeah, you heard it.
We'll see Travis out there. Who can bait Travis in to the race mode the earliest in the season? Yeah. Okay. Well, so Mesa Marathon's on your list, and that's you said basically as long as everything can align. Obviously there's logistics involved in that, the travel, and making sure that airfare doesn't quadruple overnight or something, because that's actually happened last year. I almost didn't do the event. Did not do the event last year because it
cost us more to fly there than it did for me to register and stay and eat and like my food and all that stuff. Then it's crazy for the days that I was out there.
All right, so February. That's what February. I forget what
it was. It's the 14th.
14th. Yeah. So February 14th, you're off in Mesa, most likely, running. And then shortly after that, I think the only other event really that's crazy enough that early is gravel event in early March, right? The gravel
Dirty Disco. Yeah. Yep. We're going to be back there for that one.
I can't wait. What a nice surprise that was last year.
Yeah.
It was a great event. Great crew down there. Great people.
Yeah, all the Wichita fans are so amazing, so much fun. So great. So yeah, we will definitely be there for that because it's one of those that if barring some kind of crazy storm that's going through that they have to cancel it. Other than that, we're going to be there.
I was going to say I'm actually at the point now where and I said this I think last episode. I'm looking at picking up some cold weather gear. I've got cool weather gear. Like I got stuff that I can ride in the 50s, upper 40s. You know? But if it's down in the upper 30s and low 40s, and that's where it's going to be, I'm not really geared for that. Like I haven't purchased because I just don't have a desire to ride in that kind of temperature. But if it's just a matter of cold out there, I think I'm still going to go.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
I just got to get the right gear. There's no such thing as bad weather, just bad gear, Travis.
Yep, exactly.
So I got to get the right gear, but I'm all in for Dirty Disco. That's definitely going to be I would call that a B event. It's supporting, by definition, it's supporting it's a fitness ride for me. I'm going to be in the middle of, I've got a build phase that's going right there. Yep. I haven't quite switched over to specialty yet for open range, but
it'll be a nice test of like how the winter training went, and all that stuff, just to make sure that we don't have anything to work on.
Exactly. Yeah. I have to worry about my nutrition. I got to make sure I get out of the gates, hitting that
riding that lessons learned from this year.
Exactly.
Riding that in there.
Exactly. So then we get a little bit of a lull because, I mean, that's so early in the year. There's not a lot of events going on.
Yeah, unless you were wanting to like replace your whole bike and go down to Mid-South. Yeah.
I thought about it. I really did.
Yeah.
Because
good excuse to get a new bike.
It'd be a good excuse. I mean, I could convert to single speed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just rip all the gears and the bearings out of this bike and just, you know what, just turn into a single speed. You know, might as well put square wheels on it too.
Yep.
You know, that way it's really give myself a challenge.
Yeah, we give Mid-South a lot of guff, but it is notorious for being kind of muddy and it's gritty. And I have, working in a bike shop, I have seen the aftermath of Mid-South, and
it's been pretty tame for a few years. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously last year that had to cancel, but that just tells me this year it's due.
They're due for an epic
washer.
year. Yep.
So yeah, we're not gonna. I don't think we have Mid-South on the list. It's not even one that I consider because of that exactly. And not that I don't. I guess I'd like to go do it sometime. It's just that I don't want to just shred my bike. And yes, it can all be repaired and replaced, and that's fine. But I also just I don't know, just that type of challenge that early in the year. I just haven't got my head there yet. Probably eventually I will.
I really don't usually come out of the winter like all guns firing. Like I need a couple of like warm up races to get my sea legs back underneath me.
Right. Those first few early season rides, man, are they not the worst?
They're the worst
rides.
Yeah.
And like I know you like to go out by yourself so you can crash and get that out of the way. Early.
Yeah, get it out of the way.
You know we didn't do that last year for Dirty Disco, and you saw what happened. We were involved in a couple of crashes that day.
So
we're going to be outside early this year to avoid that at Dirty Disco this year. So. All right, so then you kind of move into the April time frame. So we're through February and March. Again, not a lot of events. Still kind of crawling out of the build or the base phase, moving into build phase. For at least for me, I'm sure you're probably very similar.
Yeah.
Probably at least one build block is done somewhere in this time frame, and maybe going into a second or maybe just cycling back through a base. But what do you got in April?
So Flint Hills, basically kicking off the gravel cup.
Yeah. No swim events. I thought you were.
Well,
you had one
I'm
on
gonna
the list
do.
here.
I'm gonna do a swim event. I always do it. It's called the April Fool Swim. It's just for fun. I did do my first ever Masters swim meet.
Yeah.
So I did a swim meet like the last week or so.
It was an embarrassment of success.
Yes.
You just had a ridiculous amount of success. You were like, no, please keep the cameras away.
Right. I was just like, please stop. No. So I came in second for 1,000 yards in my age group. There was only two of us.
Well, we were joking because you told me this, and I said, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
Yeah.
I could have went to this Masters.
You could have.
All I had to do was
finish,
and
yeah.
I would have podiumed a swim event before I podium a bike event.
Exactly.
Are you kidding me? Like, what is going on here?
It's crazy, right? Many people don't do Masters swim events, and and I thought it was a lot of fun. It's really good. I've cheered my kids on at their swim events, and this was a chance for them to, my daughter did the lap counting, and my wife, videoed me diving in. So if you were lucky enough to see that,
you ready for a surprise?
What?
I'm swimming right now. You know that?
Yeah.
There's a chance.
There's a chance. You could definitely do it.
There's a chance.
The April Fool Swim, if nobody knows, it's 100 100s on the 100 seconds.
Yeah.
So every minute and 40 seconds,
yeah,
you're taking off for 100. Or you could do 75s on the 100 or 150s on the 100.
Yeah. Yeah. So
and I'll do I really want to do the 100 100s on the 100.
Yeah.
But it's hard. You're swimming a 10K.
Yeah.
And that's pretty far. That's
more
than you would swim in an Ironman.
Uh-huh.
I've done the 75 before. That was doable. And then last year I did the 50.
Yeah.
And
well, I have a lot of progress to make before I could even contemplate that. But it's one of those things. It's one of those things. Like if the swimming comes around and I can get things figured out, I might put that in. That and here's the thing. We talked about the run earlier, and we've always said like, hey, running in the off season, doing that early season run event has done wonders for bike fitness and just sort of that bike strength, and especially gravel is how taxing it is physically. I'm going to pivot a little bit this year. I'm using swim to help try to supplement. I saw what it did for you last year and how I think it carried your fitness so well last year. And it's a copycat league, Travis.
Yeah,
so I'm
you
going to
got
copy
to.
it. Yeah, and I'm going to at least give it a shot through early spring.
Yeah, I would say give it a shot through at least that March time frame, and if you haven't seen any gains from it, then
if nothing else, it's good. I have found good recovery in it.
Yeah,
just being in the water and all that good stuff. All right, so the swim event, and for those of you that aren't in the Northland area, you're welcome to drive up to Gladstone and do it. But
it's super fun.
I remember when you did it a couple years ago.
Yep,
it wasn't last year, it was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so Flint Hills Gravel.
This time we're not going to do the adventure.
Not doing the adventure.
We're going to do the 80. So we're going to do all the. We're going to try to do the majority of the point events for the Gravel Cup.
Yep. Yeah, so Flint Hills Gravel, and again, I would say if you're not worried about the points, and even it's not even about the points. If you think you don't want to do the adventure because you're worried about the cue cards, or you're worried about, hey, that's a lot of distance early in the year, it is a ton of fun. It's not a race.
It's not a race. It's just you're out there on an adventure, and that's kind of like what grassroots gravel's about. And it's just, if you just want to go out and have an adventure, and it takes you, if it takes you 6 hours, great. If it takes you 8 hours, great.
That's right.
It's all relative. You don't have to worry too much.
Yep.
There's plenty of stops. There's nutrition and all that other stuff.
Yep. Yeah, so I mean, I think, but to your point, we're going to do the 80-ish mile one, and that's going to be a good time. I think it's going to be a really good test for kind of where everything's shaping up as we get into the meat of the season shortly thereafter.
Yeah, right? That's going to be the kind of like, how did everybody's else's winter go? Like, how are we faring with the Masters guys? How are we faring with the fast kids?
Yeah.
All the Hulkamaniacs out there, just kind of like, did we put together a pretty solid winter training?
Well, and the good thing about this event too is, it's in the Flint Hills, so it's not necessarily this year with Unbound going south. It's not necessarily going to be the same roads. There might be some overlap. It's possible. I don't know what Bobby's going to do, but the good thing about this is there's still time to adjust your plan. If you feel like, hey, something didn't come along the way it should. So I think it's a really good litmus, as we were just kind of saying there. And it's a good sort of preview for the next race.
Yep. So then we have 2 weeks, and then we have open range.
Yeah.
So that's,
How are you looking at this one this year?
This one is, main goal is to complete it at whatever cost. If I have to walk my bike, whatever. I want the buckle. So
fifth year.
Yeah.
Fifth consecutive year.
Yeah. So 5th year. And like I told you before, if
hang on.
Uh-oh. Did you get something?
Yeah, I just got a note. So I just got a note.
Oh, good.
I don't think it goes without. I don't think it's a secret that this is one of our favorite events.
Yes, and we will be there regardless. Like I was saying, if I was telling you before, if I totally wreck my bike and I can't walk it, and I have to start the 5 years over again, it's not a big deal. No. I'm not too put out.
I just got this note. So I don't know if I told you, I reached out to Eric a while back. I was just curious. Like if he's ever done anything like this before. He's gonna open up a discount code.
Nice. So I guess that I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Stay tuned to the end of the episode, and we'll tell you how to get your hands on that discount code. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever done one of these before.
I don't think he's ever done one before.
In fact, we've joked a little bit about the whole discount code thing and like how kind of not only gimmicky, but it kind of takes away. But wow, that's awesome. So I can't what to talk about that here in a little bit.
Right. So again, we're laying out our 2026 race plan, but I would say viewers of this channel, longtime viewers, we have some big things coming in 2026. Yeah. And I say it at the end. I always thank you guys for showing up and watching and interacting with us and all that stuff. But you guys are making this channel grow, and we wanted to say thank you. And stay tuned for the discount code, and then keep watching, because coming up in the next couple weeks, we're gonna drop
start unveiling some things.
Unveiling some huge plans for
Really
next year
really
that
excited.
we're really excited about.
So back to the race itself. Open range, by far.
One of the best gravel events.
Yeah,
I would say.
and I know we talk about the joke about the drinking game. By the
Yeah.
way, if you're following the drinking game, you're pretty wasted by now. But the thing is this event is very near and dear to both of us. This will be number 5 consecutive for both of us if we complete it. Knock on wood. Just hoping it's not a rain year, and even if it is a rain year, it was a great time.
Yep.
I've already talked to a few friends of ours that are like really excited to get back down there, and last year was their first year, and they're really excited to get back down and do the full experience.
The full experience, which is, and they're like, the way you guys talk about it, we kind of missed out on the road. And it's like you did. There's a lot. The road section that we took was good too. But man, when you get down there and the gypsum hills and stuff, it is.
Yeah.
It's really, everything that you want a grassroots event to be.
Yeah. And primarily because of not just the route that Eric has designed, but the relationships he has with both the towns that are a part of it and the private ranchers that help make this a very unique event. So testament to the crew down there. But this one I'm treating as, I'm going to call it an A- event. And you know what's interesting?
This is going to be basically like, this will be this close as me going all out, like as I'm going for Unbound.
The reason I say A- is not because it's not worth an A+ type event. It's because I need to make sure I can finish it. So to your point, I'm not taking reckless risks. I'm not going to risk staying with the group, blow myself up, and then take a chance on not being able to finish. So I'm going to make sure I finish this race. And
I'm not going to full send a descent in a cow pasture without knowing what the what the landing and all that stuff and the rocks and stuff. I'm not going to be trying to trying to tear everybody's legs off to try to get a good placing.
But I am going to put solid effort in. This is I say this is part of the reason we love this event too. To me, this is the absolute best test you will have before Unbound. If you're doing Unbound.
Yep. So, if you're doing Unbound 200, this you do the open range, you do the 200K.
If you knock it out, you are well prepared.
You are very prepared for all of the fun that can happen on Unbound.
That's right. So I'm calling this A- only because I want to make sure I finish it this year, and I don't want to take any unnecessary risk. If it were not for being year number 5 and wanting to make sure I absolutely complete it the best of my ability, this would be an A+ event.
Yep.
Hands down.
For sure.
So and then right after that, the next weekend
is LaGrind.
We didn't do LaGrind last year. I felt so disappointed for not getting down there and doing that event.
That's basically on my radar. I was just like,
this is a unique one. It's got a 2-day stage race component. Now, I haven't decided if I'm going to do the 2-day or not. I loved it when we did it.
Yeah.
I think I probably will do it.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those, I got to make sure it fits into my training, because one of the upcoming races, Unbound, is the A event of the year, and I got to make sure that I'm ready for that. But man, I love this event.
Yep.
I really do.
It was super fun. Yeah, we had such a great time the second day.
The cookies were phenomenal.
Yes. So. The volunteers there were top notch.
Yeah.
It's like they bring out the best volunteers for that race, which is great.
Yep. So that one's definitely on the list for this year. And then, this is like back to back to back.
Yeah. So you got open range, LaGrind, then you have Mule Skinner.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Mule Skinner, I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be a low B event for me.
Okay.
I really want to hit LaGrind.
Yeah.
Mule Skinner is going to be one of those that it doesn't fit my
riding profile.
My riding profile.
Yeah.
I may just do it just to
do it.
Keep it part of the cup.
Sure.
One of my goals is definitely is to I'm not so worried about the cup this year and my placing in it.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that later in the season this year. And
that might all change. Who knows? if I get to Flint Hills and I'm absolutely flying.
Hashtag bait Travis.
Yeah, hashtag bait me for sure. And I'm feeling pretty good. Then who knows? I may just start.
If I hit
ticking those off.
If I hit the goals I have, my riding profile might favor.
Yeah, might change.
So I like how you categorize it as a B- event. I'm going to call it a C+ event for me. And again, this is not a knock on the event itself.
No, it's a super great event.
Yeah. So keep in mind, none of these ratings are like these event. All of these events are being considered because we think they're some of the best events, and we probably missed some. So if you know of some races that we're missing,
yeah, definitely. If you're like, hey, you guys really need to check. Yeah, you're missing out. Let us know, because we would have never found out about Open Range if it wasn't for our good friend Serena.
Exactly, and same with Dirty Disco.
If it wasn't for Courtney and the Wichita crew, we would have never learned about Dirty Disco. It would have been too late by the time we figured it out.
So I'm calling it a C+ event, mostly because of it is such a punchy course. I need to see how it lines up with where I expect to be training wise, but then also, it's really hard. It's a really hard event to stay dialed back on. And
yes.
I'm afraid because I know how I am, and I know how frustrated I'll be if I'm just trying to pace a climb. Because it's so punchy, there's not really pacing. You have to attack hills, or else you're gonna fall over.
Yeah, it's full gas and then off, and full gas.
And I
off.
get it. Somebody out there's probably like, oh, but that's gonna help your training. Well, okay, it might, but the thing about Unbound is
it's not. It's the complete opposite of what Unbound is.
Well, especially in the South course.
Yeah, Unbound is slow metered efforts all day.
Right.
Whereas Mule Skinner is repeated punches.
Right. That's right. Yeah, so I'm just going to call it a C+. I mean, I'm 99.9% certain I will be at the location. We'll be covering it mostly as part of the podcast, just because we know so many people out there. But I'm not looking to destroy myself on 3 consecutive weekends, and totally wreck my progress. Which, at this point we're coming up at the first part of May, right?
Yeah.
Right? And so, or end of April, 1st of May, and there's just not a lot of time between there. You got 4 weeks basically until you're into Unbound territory, and you just don't have a lot of time to wreck yourself.
Yeah, you can't really wreck yourself on that Saturday racing Mule Skinner, and then hope that you get a Sunday for your 6 hour long easy ride.
Yeah,
it's going to be pretty tough. We found out that last year that we had to take off that week just because of the punchiness. It was tough. Just a little too much.
And I will say one of the things that they've really enticed me with is I saw on their website, on their Facebook page, that they're offering a very, very competitive price for the event through the remainder of the year. So if you need to know what that is, go check out their Facebook page or go check it out. And there's a few of their friends that are sharing it. I'm not going to share it here only because I think they should get the benefit of people engaging with their site.
Yep, so, they get the benefit of all of that.
Very good price, and just for that alone, I might go ahead and sign up, even if I decide not to do the event.
Yep, and the Mule Skinner, if anybody hasn't heard about it, it is the main fundraising event for the NICA and the junior move up cycling team.
That's right. Right. It's a great event.
It's a great event. Yep. You're helping, the future of the sport, all that stuff. So, check out Move Up. Go to their Facebook page, and sign up if you want to support that kind of thing. Right. You get a really good discount through the end of the year.
Oh my gosh! It's a price. I had to double take it.
Yeah.
I thought it was like.
I thought it was a typo. Yeah. for a second, I was like, "Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?"
That's a significant savings.
Yeah.
So. And then what else you got? You got something else going on, right?
So then the next weekend is the start of the tri season.
Yeah,
I would say. KC Tri, it's a staple here. I haven't done it in the last couple of years because it's usually just too cold. Usually it's kind of rainy during that time of the year, so I don't really tend to do it. Yeah. This is basically like a C- race.
Okay. If it lines up, you'll do it.
If it lines up, if everything's looking good, like it'll be like a last minute Larry registration. Okay. Like if it's on a Sunday, I would register for it on a Friday after I've checked the weather and stuff.
Right.
Just because I'll have run fitness. I'll be swimming. I don't know how much I will be. Riding the tri bike's not too bad for a short course or an Olympic distance. But again, it's a pretty early season race, and it's something that, like, if I'm able to keep my swimming and my running going, then I'll probably end up doing it. But I wouldn't again, I wouldn't hold your breath.
Yeah. Well.
If I do have athletes doing it, I will be there to support them. And
Yeah.
usually I do that.
Yeah. And then that may also be something that we, even if we don't do the event, it's very possible if the schedules allow it, maybe we'll just go out there and cover the event a little bit and just talk to some people and try to get some converts over into gravel.
Yep. Try to get them over.
Bring them to the dark side. So then we go a couple of weeks and there you have it.
Yeah. Then the big one, we have Unbound, which is an A event.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's basically kind of like, it's one of those things that you kind of design your whole training plan and your whole training around. That's it. And it starts at the end of May.
Yeah.
And you basically, your season's, it can be over then. It's over. For some people after they do Unbound, they're done for the rest of the year.
And I echo that. It's the same. It's absolutely an A event. Which is why it's ironic now looking back, like we hemmed and hawed so much over it.
I know.
But at the same time, like, I'm going to go back to it. Courtney was on the podcast a while back and made that comment about, it really does make you think about what you can do for the remainder of the year. And it's like between Unbound and Gravel Cup and all these other things, like you sort of get boxed in to this is what your season is versus, maybe I want to go challenge myself differently. The way I finally looked at it is, Unbound 200 is what sort of sets up the training to get the fitness to go do some other crazy adventure later in the year if I want to.
Yep, exactly.
And so once you've sort of peaked at that Unbound 200, everything after that, you've got the fitness. I mean, as long as you continue riding, you've got the fitness to cover just about anything you want for the remainder of the season.
Yep.
It's going to be really hard to lose the fitness.
Yeah.
Unless you just go to total couch.
Yeah, unless you take the month of June off and then you're like, oh.
Which I've done, by the way.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, the, Olympics is going on. The
FIFA World Cup,
whatever
your thing is.
Yeah, you're like, oh, it's the tour.
I'm just going to be on the couch and
watch
it.
I'm just going to watch other people pedal around instead of me pedaling around.
Watch 24-hour loop of each stage race.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, we're a lot more to be said about Unbound 200. We're going to cover that uniquely this year. I think we have some different things we want to do with that. So that whole week is pretty much dedicated. We're going to be down there that Wednesday before and doing our volunteer stuff again. It's going to be a great time. But looking forward to that. And then right after that,
the weekend after, and we had this happen in 2023 with Des Moines. There was a half Ironman the following weekend, right after Unbound, and we both did Unbound 200. Yep.
Which was that the mud year?
Yeah, that was the mud year.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So we were out there for 17 hours.
And then we're like, you know what we're going to do?
Let's go do a half Ironman.
Let's go do a half Ironman. It'll be fun.
So this year, since Des Moines isn't on the calendar, they moved it to Omaha.
Yep, they moved it to Omaha.
Yeah.
So this is basically a B event for me.
You're doing it.
Yeah. So I know enough people that are going to do it. It's hard. They're pulling me into it. So I'm probably going to be there that next weekend in Omaha.
Doing the event.
I don't know how well it's going to go. I know the bike will probably be very good.
Well, it was in Des Moines.
Yeah.
For both of us.
Yeah.
We both had a great bike in Des Moines.
Yeah. The swim will be
what it is.
Will be pretty good.
Yeah.
And then the run again. As long as I kind of keep some run fitness, it'll be what it is. It's not going to be a stellar breakout of performance.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is, and having done this a few years back with Des Moines and Unbound, that Unbound half, I was still learning to swim at the time, so the swim was an embarrassment for me. But it did what I did what I had to do to finish it. The bike was great; it was a great bike, and then the run. I mean, I think we started doing our run training for that triathlon. I want to say it was like in mid-April-ish, somewhere in there. So we only had about a 5 or 6 week build of, it was pretty much, the fitness is there. You just got to remind the legs what it's like to take a beating on pavement.
Yep.
So yeah, it was fine. Nobody's expecting, land speed records or anything like that.
No.
So just go do the event. It'll be a good time. And so many people up there. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, it's the first year. It's gonna be in Omaha. So any first time race, it's gonna be fun.
Sweet. And then I think we're gonna take a week off after that, and then we go into back into the Gravel Cup.
Then you got Solstice.
Yeah.
On the 20th of June, and then you have Rock Ridge.
Yeah.
On the 26th.
Yeah. So Solstice, if it's anything like last year, it's gonna be a freaking another cooker out there.
Yeah.
It was hot. I think right now I'm gonna have to see. My schedule is. is up in the air a little bit right now as we get into June, partly because one of the things I'm considering is the triple bypass again out in Colorado. I'm not sure, like that's why I haven't decided this part of the season yet, because I am looking at a Colorado trip. We did this a couple years ago when they had the triple bypass and the Blue Sky Hill Climb, which is formerly the Mount Evans Hill Climb. They had those in back-to-back weekends.
Yeah,
that was a great
that
trip.
was amazing trip.
So we rode triple. We rode Colorado for a week. We totally tore our legs off during that week, and then we went and further destroyed our legs climbing up a mountain 7,000 feet over like 13 miles.
Yep.
So, but it was a great time. I don't. This year it's triple, and then there's a week, and then it's the next week. So 2 weeks later is the Blue Sky Hill Climb. I don't think I'm gonna do the Blue Sky. I think I'm gonna probably just do triple and maybe try to do the triple double. But I don't know. We'll see. A lot to still be decided. The point is anything after Unbound for me is kind of up in the air, just primarily because of the whole thing with triple bypass. So
yep.
So yeah, I'll call Solstice a C right now, only because I don't know. Rock Ridge, assuming the schedule doesn't conflict with travel or anything, I am gonna be at Rock Ridge. I think it's just because it's the Flint Hills, that it's part of the Old North course. I'm just looking forward to that. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yes, Solstice and Rock Ridge for me are going to be about the same.
Yeah.
I would probably do, if the weather's nice and stuff, I'll probably hit those ones depending on, how Omaha goes.
Yeah.
And if I'm not too beat up, then I wouldn't mind riding those and just doing them, but it's not going to be, again, you can see like after Unbound, like everything kind of like, well, if, depending on how you feel, because, depending on how Unbound goes, if it's a 17-hour walk fest or if it's, a 12-hour hammer fest, you could
either
be,
way, you're going to be exhausted.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of one of those things, like depending on, again, how all of the training goes, you're kind of like, all right, what am I going to do for the rest of the year?
Right. Yeah, and I think, and again, I know we talked a little bit ago about the Cup, and, we'll do for any of the events in the Cup that we do, we're going to do the maximum point event. Yeah. And Solstice Gravel is one of those. Again, I think that profile fit you really well. I think it's a great event, just in general. The weather was just excruciatingly hot, but that's just part of it. Yep. But I would not let that take away from the event itself. Again, I think this is more about like the logistics and kind of where the body's at on that weekend. Yep. So unfortunately, I'll probably have to be a late registrant to that one unless I really start dialing in and say, yeah, I'm great, I'm good, I'm going to go. And then triple, I think again, I'm pretty sure it's in July now to mention it, but Rock Ridge, I'm most likely gonna do that one just because it's so close. It's easy to get to for us. We can drive down that morning, go crank out the 80 miles or whatever it is. Yep. Ride through Little Egypt, ride through this. I assume Bobby's gonna use that section of the course again, because we're not gonna get that part in Unbound, right? So.
And it's always fun. It's always a good time.
Yeah. And then you got a couple of weeks, and for the most part, the gravel season kind of goes on pause.
Yeah, gravel season basically stops after Rock Ridge, and you have the hottest months of summer.
I go into road mode at that point.
Yeah, everybody goes to roads, and they stop going gravel. So that's basically the start of that. What I would say is the start of triathlon season.
Yeah, that's the meat and potatoes of tri season especially for you.
Yeah.
So what are you looking at for as you wrap out of Rock Ridge? What's next?
Then you got a week off, and then you have 70.3 New Mexico, which is in my home state. So
stomping grounds.
Yeah, and it's a first year event too. Ah. And so it's a high B. So it's basically if I can swing the logistics of it and get the wife to buy in and then head down and go see the fam, all my brother and stuff down there and my mom and stuff and go back to the home stomping grounds and hang out.
The good thing about that is you come off of Omaha and you'll have done some running there, but you've got like 4.5 weeks or so to kind of build up a little bit. So you could expect a little more performance out of it.
Yeah, and that one I would actually, as far as 70.3s go, that fitness will be kind of peak for that kind of thing.
Yeah, I know your swim will be dialed in at that point. Just matter if your run comes around, and then the bike's going to be there, no doubt.
Yeah, so, that one I'd actually try to like PR or pace or place a lot higher than I did at Wisconsin. which wasn't bad, but you know, it'd be a good a test of,
for sure,
you know, where I am compared to some of the other fast kids out there.
Well, that might also be an influencer for how your 2027 season is going to shape.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Because I know we've talked a little bit, like if you see, like if you sniff like, you know, top of your age group kind of thing, and you're like, oh, well, maybe the 2027 turns
then
into
maybe
a
all
triathlon
all the chips start going in that direction, which
and gravel
could
just
possibly
supplements your triathlon training versus the other way around.
Yeah.
And you know, I know we've talked about that a lot, and it's one of those things like 2027, you know, part of the reason I'm swimming right now is cross training. The other part of it is just to see like how much improvement can I get over the course of this year by just going to the pool more consistently, just, you know, keeping some swim fitness. Because 2027, you never know, could be a year where you're like, you know, 3 years ago we did a full.
Yeah.
You know, we always said, you know, if you ever talk about, I remember this very clearly on the drive home. We said, if either one of us even talks about doing a full again, punch him in the face.
Yep. Just knock him right out.
So I'm waiting until I feel good enough that I feel like, you know what, it's about time to get punched in the face.
Yep.
And then I'm going to decide. So, all right. So 70.3 New Mexico. And then you get into some local tries.
Yep. And then it's Matt Mason Try, which is up at Smithville in the Northland. And then we have Shawnee Mission Try the weekend after.
Yeah.
And Shawnee Mission is usually in July, but looks like they moved it. So maybe to kind of group some of that stuff together. Yeah,
well, we might know the race director.
Yeah, we might have to ask and see what's going
on there. Yeah. So Matt Mason, you're definitely doing that.
Yeah,
one, I'm sure.
I'll be there for both those events.
Both of them. Yeah. You know, Matt Mason and so this is where it gets into the part of the season. Again, I need to see how it lines up with triple, because as I've been thinking through this, I'm 99.9% certain triple is in July, not June.
Yeah.
So I think that if I do not do triple bypass, or if I do and the calendar allows it, I may is the key word, go ahead and sign up for one or both of those events.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It would be. And again, some of that is just going to be because my biggest struggle at that point will more than likely be open water confidence versus swimming confidence, if that makes sense. So, but we'll see. I don't know. It'll be fun. And those are, again, two great events that they deserve to be on everybody's calendar. For sure. And then we get into kind of another lull here where we got 4 or 5 weeks of not a lot going on.
Nothing going on.
Yeah.
And then we have Pony Express, which wraps up the Gravel Cup.
Yeah. So Pony, I think we both had to miss it this year due to your triathlon.
Yeah, I was doing Wisconsin, and you were on vacation.
Yeah. So definitely want to get back to Pony Express, or get out to Pony Express. I talked with a friend of ours just last weekend on a ride, and was talking about what a great, like, the vibe of the event.
Yeah. Everything I hear about it is just so great.
Yeah. So I feel really bad because I couldn't be there last year or this year. And so I'm going to make it a point to be there this year for it. It's 120 miles will be the prime event. And it sounded like the elevation wasn't crazy. So I'm just I'm thinking that's going to be a lot of fun. And you get, if I remember right, and I didn't remember this from the director interview, you get a horseshoe if you finish under 8 hours. Yeah. And you know who got a horseshoe? A good buddy of ours got a horseshoe.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, I found this out, and I'm like, wait a minute, I kind of forgot about that.
I didn't know we got horseshoes.
Yeah, he finished under 8. He didn't know it either until somebody out on the course told him. He's like, well, I guess I'm gonna ride with you guys. I'm like, that's a smart move.
Yeah, it's a great move.
Yeah. So you wrap up the cup there, and then we get into the late fall, and I'm assuming, we haven't heard for certain, I don't think it's been announced or not, but I'm assuming Opal Wapoo will be back, so that's definitely going to be on the list. You get into that time of the season where it's not really about like trying to go out and rail it for a podium. I mean, it'd be great if you can squeeze one, but I think it's going to be more about just whatever events pop up at that point. We're definitely, Opal Wapoo is a definite. We had the one this year that's kind of in that lull period where it's Farmhouse Classic.
Yep.
If that one comes back this year, most likely going to do that again.
And then there's also Gravel Worlds in that lull between, Shawnee Mission and Pony Express. Yeah. There's that. I thought about maybe going and checking that out and see what all the fuss is about. I know there's a lot of people that have done it, kind of rave about it. So
I've heard all sides of it. I've heard the good, the bad, the ugly. And I'm like, okay, so pretty much what you're saying is I got to go do it and decide for myself.
Yeah, exactly. So it might be on the calendar, but it's just not in set in there yet. So it's just one of those things that, depending on how everything comes off of the A race, will feed into the second half of the season. But for sure, we'll be doing Pony Express. We'll be doing, Matt Mason, Shawnee Mission. We'll be doing Farmhouse Classic if they have that again. We'll be doing Opal Wapu if Phil puts that on again.
For sure.
I'm pretty sure they are. I don't know if they've announced it yet, but
yeah. So speaking of farming, do we want to get into the news from earlier?
Yeah.
So just let's acknowledge it right out of the gate. I mean, this is engagement farming at its finest.
Yep.
So, no psyop here. It's just pure, straight out. We're looking for engagement.
Yep. That's what we're looking for, guys. So
I mean, there's just no way around it. So now that that's out of the way.
Yep.
How do we want to do this? Because I'm thinking okay, so here's the deal. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but I'm going to tell you we have a discount code.
Yes.
A way to get a discount.
Yep.
Put it that way.
We have a way to get a discount on your race entry.
For open range. And so
that Eric was very kind enough to supply to us.
I was floored.
And the other thing too is that it has an expiration date.
It does.
So it stops on December 31st.
That's right.
So if you're watching this in the future, then you missed out.
Yeah, well, and that's why we want to announce it now. So first, let's start off. Registration for open range starts next Friday.
Yep.
For those of you interested, Eric always likes to have a competition. So he puts a competition out there. I think he's doing it again this year. I haven't seen, but I'm not going to announce what that is. I'm going to let him do all that.
Yep.
But you want to be one of the first ones to sign up. And if you can be the first one to sign up, sometimes that's a very good benefit for you. So the good news is this code will work on day one.
Yes.
So if you're thinking about signing up, you want to sign up, you definitely should sign up immediately.
Yep. Use
the code and get yourself a little discount. Again, I don't think he's ever done this before.
No, I don't think so. Not that I can remember.
Right. So you're going to get a chance to save a few bucks, and really looking forward to that race. I mean, hopefully this will be the thing that gets more people to sign up.
Yep.
So how do you do it?
So basically what you're going to do is
wait. First of all, this is SufferSooner.
Yep.
So you got to suffer.
You're going to have to suffer a little bit.
A little bit. First through our speech about engagement farming.
Yep.
And now the process.
So what you're going to do is you're going to comment on this video.
Like it.
You're going to like it. You're going to share it, and you're going to comment on it. And then we are going to respond to you about how you obtain the code. How you get the code.
Yeah.
And what might be entailed in that code.
That's right.
Okay.
All right.
It's not hard.
This does not require like a high level of education.
Yeah, it's not a, I don't need your colon map. I don't need your retinal scan. I don't need any of that stuff. I want you to do.
You can do this when you're on your trainer, by the way.
You can do.
This is all easy.
It's 5 minutes worth of work.
It's not even that. I bet
it's probably 2 minutes worth of work.
I bet it's 2 minutes tops.
Yep.
And the longest part will be waiting for us to respond.
Yes, that will be the gut wrenching part because
you don't want us to respond.
Yeah, I will be checking diligently. And basically, once you respond, I will respond to you as soon as I can with how the code works and what the next step is.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is gonna be so much fun.
And it's not like you're jumping through all these hoops. We're just gonna respond. We
don't need personal information.
Yep.
We don't need an email address. We don't need blood samples.
Nope.
None of that stuff.
All you're gonna do is just respond, and and then we might ask you a question about what distance you're doing, or we might ask you what's your favorite part.
Maybe ask you who'd you share it to.
Who'd you share it to, or how'd you hear about us? Yeah, what's your favorite memory, or is this your first time? Any of that stuff. We'll ask you a question, and then just to make sure you're not some kind of AI bot farm.
We don't need bots out there trying to scam Eric and his awesome race.
Exactly. So that's it. That's the hardest thing you're gonna have to do.
I think we're also gonna. So we're doing this on the YouTube video, and again, please make sure you share and get friends to watch the episode, engage in this, and ideally we can use this as an opportunity to spread the word about this channel, but
this event too.
This event, and that's what I want to really highlight is this event because it's no secret it's one of our favorites. We're very, very thankful that this was able to happen, and to Eric's generosity for allowing something like this to happen. So. You got till December 31st, so it's not like you have a lot of time to act. I mean, I know we're sitting here like, oh, it's just now coming up on Thanksgiving, but it's It's gonna be
Those
before you know
weeks
it.
fly by
They
for
do.
sure.
They do. So go ahead and get it ready. Follow the process.
Yep.
Trust in the process.
Trust in the process. Just, like, favorite, subscribe,
Share
and then
all the
share
things.
all the things, and then just comment, and I will respond back to you. Me or Danny will
One of us
respond back
will.
to you.
Yeah. All
So,
right.
all right.
I'm excited.
I think we got it.
I hope so.
All right. And I hope everyone's doing great out there. Again, thank you so much for listening. If you made it all the way here.
Yep.
And now you know what to do to get a discount. And we'll talk to you later.
Thank you for listening to this episode. Please, if you like what we are doing here, leave a like, rate us, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. It really helps us grow and finds us more SufferSooner squad mates. And remember, when the finish line feels impossibly far away, we don't give up, we push harder, we dig deeper, and we find solace in the knowledge that our suffering is temporary and our resilience is forever.